obviously there's the whole stigma that you need to do this science, you need to do chemistry, you need to do biology to be a project manager. And I felt like I was applying for Gen 2, I thought, do I actually say it? Do I actually apply? Because I always thought that would hold me back, but again, this experience have taught me that you don't have to have these certain disciplines, you don't have to have these certain qualifications to be able to get into something that you're passionate about. And that's been like really useful feedback from it. Every single member of the team was possessed by a kind of passion, and I don't feel like you can get that in a lot of places. That's something you can't learn in a textbook. It's something you can't learn off a PowerPoint on the internet or an open university course about project management. What every single member of the team had in the Manchester office was a sense of a goal, a sense of how to get to that goal, but then the want to be able to get to that goal in the first place. And that was something that I immediately, and that's really, really brought to life within the agent for me. I've been able to see that the day in, day out role of what a project manager does to my manager Catherine. I call him a mummager because she just nurtured me through the process, and she taught me exactly what you needed to do as a project manager, and she was really, again, I'd like to say just thank you to the Centre for such an amazing opportunity, and I hope that this, like, there are future years of this, and there are, you do continue this game because it's so useful.
Stephanie Mills.
Focuses for the dream placement is leadership. So our leadership skills and our understanding and appreciation of industry level leadership was really sort of developed by the dream placement in different ways. So I'll start off by talking about our discussions that we had. So you saw on there a picture of us with the site director, Phil Wilson, and Phil discussed with us his sort of career path to get to where he is today. And then he told us about his leadership style, and it was really great just to be able to listen to someone high up in that position and hear about how they implement their leadership style.
In kind of, so there was supply chain apprentices, there was HR apprentices, but then of course there was the engineering and manufacturing apprentices, and that's the kind of stuff you don't really get to hear about. You know, you hear about the STEM apprentices and careers, but you don't really hear about all the other sectors. Brought some university graduates on the Future Leaders programme to speak to us, and it was really, really great. They were telling us about kind of the ability to travel with the company and the benefits of working for a global manufacturing company such as GSK. And that was something. So it was great to be able to see kind of within the labs and within the microbiology labs and the quality labs, kind of to see how the science we learn about in school kind of actually works in the real world. And that really did cement the fact that I do want to do a scientific career. And also, going to GSK, it kind of makes you realise, when you imagine a pharmaceutical, you kind of imagine the scientists in the labs, but it's really not that at all. There's all the manufacturing, there's a lot of kind of office jobs that you wouldn't expect there to be. It's been a really great experience.
My experience at GSK was just sensational. So I knew I wanted a career that was sort of science focused, you know, problem solving, team working, people interaction, but also being able to have a positive influence. And you know, immediately you associate that with medicine, but there are so many other opportunities with that, with those sort of goals in mind. And my experience with GSK just sort of showed me, in fact, one thing that I've told a number of people about, when we were in Barnard Castle, there was one point and the tablets were sort of shaking about on a tray and ready to go into the blister packs. And it was at that moment when I was looking at those tablets and I thought, those tablets are going to save someone's life. And I followed that journey all the way through to these going into this little pack. And someone's going to pop those out, and that could have a massive influence on someone's life. And that really sort of cemented in my mind, yeah, this is what I want to do. I enjoyed that week so much. And just, you know, you don't get that chance at all in any other way, just to go into industry and see what it's like, to see how industry changes people's lives. And that, you know, now I'm sort of set, that's what I want to do, and I'd like to go into the pharmaceutical industry and hope one day to work for GSK.
Oh,
Thanks very much.
important the NDA actually is, and that how lucky we were to be allowed in that building. One of the group tasks that we had to do when we first came to this building was write down the key characteristics that we thought a leader had. And over our week, we learned a lot about leaders, and as you can see on the board, that we've listed our top characteristics
So
of
we
a
learned
leader.
about how good leaders actually set a good example. They're active, they take part, and they try and lead by example by showing the people beneath them and above them what they think they should do to achieve their goals. It also opened my eyes to the variety of jobs that there are in Cumbria, because I've always thought that it was just engineering really and nuclear, but the variety it was hard to comprehend, to
One
be
of the main
honest.
subjects that I did at school is business studies, and I found it so interesting that from doing all this theory at school, I was actually placed inside a big business, so I could see practically all my theory notes coming together. I learned how exactly change management occurs, and while I know all the theory behind it, I didn't know quite the importance of it all. You know, when you read things, it's like, oh, okay, but you actually saw, oh wow, it matters.
Simon Mackenzie. Charlie Minshaw. Maisie Naylor. Lucy Parsons.